So once you've done your part, which will feel really great when you get these financial aid forms completed, then let's talk a little bit about how the college determines a financial aid offer for a student. The first thing they do is they have to come up with what's called the cost of attendance. And that's the amount that it's going to cost the student to attend the college for a year. And so, as you can see, there are a lot of elements to that cost: tuition and fees, food and housing, if they're on campus, books and supplies, transportation, and personal expenses. So, while some of these expenses will be billed to you as a family, some may not, but they are definitely expenses that the student will have during the academic year. So, it's important to note that the cost of attendance is all of that. And then from the information that you will put on the financial aid forms, the FAFSA, and potentially the CSS profile as well, but from the FAFSA, there's a number that's going to be calculated, and it's called the Student Aid Index. It used to be called the Expected Family Contribution, or EFC. But with the new FAFSA this year, it will be called the Student Aid Index. And that's the same federal formula used for each family. And then the colleges that use the CSS profile will do their own institutional calculation. So just know that that number then affects how much financial aid you'll be eligible for, because they'll take the cost of attendance, subtract the student aid index, and that will be your financial aid eligibility. So I'm going to take you through a quick exercise, and we're going to pretend that I am a financial aid administrator putting together a financial aid offer for your student. So in this example, the college cost of attendance is $45,000, and your student aid index is $5,000. So as a college administrator, I'm going to try to come up with a financial aid offer for you, the student, that's close to $45,000. So first I'm going to say, well, your student aid index is 5,000, but I'm going to award a grant of 17,500 and a scholarship of 10,000. A student loan, the maximum student loan for a freshman, of 5,500, and a work study allotment of $2,000. But that's all that I have in my budget for you, the student. So there is going to be some unmet need that I'm not able to cover with the financial aid offer. So some colleges promise to meet the full unmet need of all students. And those colleges will tell you that right in the front on their website, on the financial aid page, because that's really terrific. But nationwide, I think there are at this point only about 50 or 60 colleges that make that promise for all students to have their full need met. Most other colleges do a good job of trying to get as close to meeting the full need for students. But again, as you see in this example, sometimes they can't. But what does this mean in this situation? In this example, it means that you as the family would need to come up with your $5,000 student aid index and $5,000 of unmet need to make sure that your student had enough money, the $45,000, to be able to attend this college for the year. So that's how that works. And I'll also share that a nice tool that colleges have on their financial aid websites is called a net price calculator. And this is especially helpful for families who maybe even have a sophomore or junior and want to start looking at costs, because you can always type your financial information into a net price calculator at a college and then receive an estimated amount of financial aid that you might be able to receive as a family. Again, it's an estimate. It's based on what you put into those, but it's just a good way to begin planning and understand different availability of aid from one college to another. So again, on any college website, if you type in net price calculator, that's where you would find that. So then after your student has applied for financial aid and begins receiving admissions acceptances and financial aid offers, as a family, you'll probably find yourself sitting down at your kitchen table at some point with a lot of offers in front of you. And this is a critical time because you want to compare your financial aid offers from the different colleges, because you definitely have to factor in the finances when you're helping your student choose a college. So in this example, all three of these colleges have a cost of attendance of $45,000 to make it simple, and you have that student aid index of 5,000. So as a family, in this example, your eligibility for financial aid is $40,000, and you have financial aid offers from three colleges in front of you: College A, College B, and College C. So what did College A give you? They gave you a grant and a scholarship, some student loans, work study, and that totals $40,000. So College A met your full need as a family. College B also gave you grants and scholarships, student loans, work study, but a smaller scholarship of just $25,500. So the total of that offer is $33,000. So that leaves unmet need of $7,000. And College C gave an even smaller grant award, so leaving unmet need of $15,000. So this is important because you want to be comparing apples to apples, and you want to see what you are going to owe as a family and if that's doable. If it isn't, you could always go back to the first choice college and ask if there's anything else that you could share with them, because it is your student's first choice. You can ask those questions. And if not, you might want to then be in touch with the second choice, the third choice college, so the student can really make sure that, wow, it's more affordable, and am I still going to be able to get the education that I want in the setting that I want? So this is the time where you really have to do some hard thinking about all of the criteria in making that college choice. And another note, just to pay attention to, when I said comparing apples to apples, pay attention to the different elements in the financial aid offers, because they can vary. So in this example, you're seeing three colleges, and if you look at the total aid offer, it looks like they each gave you $35,000, but they didn't. If you look more closely, you'll see that two of the colleges put something called a parent loan in that aid offer. That is not financial aid. And I probably don't have to tell you that, but that's something that's available to you if you would like to choose to take a parent loan, but that should not be in the aid offer. That should be separated out, because you want to compare apples to apples here. Secondly, a couple of the colleges here gave a work study offer, which can be really great for a student to have that job on campus, to be able to make, pay for incidentals, and one college didn't. Maybe you want to go back to that college and see if there's a possibility of a work study offer. So just pay very close attention. And I will also mention that MEFA has a college cost calculator online that helps you compare apples to apples. So take a look at that if you'd like some help with that when the time comes.